Yeah, what's good, Josh? Your man, the Bigga P, and I'm here with my post-fight thoughts on the doubleheader from last night. First of all, those two fights were very entertaining. A showcase of two of the top light heavyweights in the sport, Adonis Stevenson and Sergey Kovalev. Um, let's start with the Kovalev fight. Sergio Kovalev faced up Ismail and Sillakh. Now, this fight would be interesting. This fight interests me in a little bit because Sillakh is a solid boxer puncher. Suspect chin, maybe. Granted he had that one loss against Denis Grachev, but that was just more or less a fight where he just got caught, not just dominated. Um, the fight pretty much went on even terms in the first round. There's more or less Sillakh's speed and boxing seemed to be troubling Kovalev for a minute in that round. And that first round was even. But in the second round, and Kovalev first, I think, dropped it with a left hook, I believe. And I could tell that Sillakh was done. And then the ending came where he hit him with like two right hands and a left hook that had him absolutely sleeping on the ring apron. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. Wow, because I wasn't expecting Sillakh to get. Sillakh was probably going to maybe lose a little later, but I didn't expect him to get blown out and they put to sleep like that. So yeah, Kovalev did his job. His interviews, however, I think these days the broken English wave is the popular where most of these Eastern European fighters, they talk. Like I said, they're learning the grasp of English. So, I always thought that was. I thought that interview was sort of hilarious, especially when Max was asking him some wild questions that Kovalev was doing his best in English to answer, which was great. Like I said, because in this sport of boxing, I guess it goes a long way if you actually learn this. If you get to learn the grasp of English, if you have like some sort of grasp on it. But yeah, Kovalev definitely impressed Sillakh. Like I said, Sillakh was not someone I expected to be blown out in 2 rounds. I expected him to be like a later fight, but Kovalev still, guess he continues on his march to his quest to be at the top of the light heavyweight division. Now the main event was Stevenson versus Tony Bellew. Bellew I've never been too high on. He's an okay fighter. Don't get me wrong, but there was nothing about him that actually screamed that say maybe he might have been able to give Stevenson trouble. Well, he did give Stevenson some trouble at first. He did expose some of Stevenson's flaws, such as catching Stevenson on several times defensive laps. There was one round where I thought Stevenson went down legit. They called it a slip. Now, from my vantage, because I didn't really take a look at their feet, it seemed like Bellew actually legitimately stopped. Literally dropped Stevenson. But I saw the replay that was tangled the feet. I was like, okay. But Stevenson's power, his left hand power, and I think this is left hand power is unbelievable. But I think Stevenson is relying way too much on it, and it's getting to the point where someone can probably pick him off. Someone who's actually able to throw a good straight right hand down the pike over and over again. Will eventually catch him because that's how he actually got knocked down in the first place by Darnell Boone. He got KO'd by a straight right hand. Stevenson eventually caught up to him, though, and in the sixth round had him at his mercy. I know Bellew was arguing it was okay, but when you start doing the whole bobblehead action, it's only you have to stop it, especially you can't. Referee, I think, was correct to stop it because I was like, as soon as I saw his neck snap back, I'm like, okay, he's going to start teeing off. And the referee stopped it just in time because, it's boxing. You don't want to see everyone. You don't want to see no one get defenseless get tied up and get defenseless by such a hard puncher like Stevenson. So Stevenson marches on, and now this was meant to be the CHW was meant to be a showcase between the sport top light heavyweights. Now I would love it if they face each other because that would be unquestionably that would be a 2014 Fight of the Year candidate. Whereas what Kovalev made his decision, was more unhappy to get Adonis. Adonis wasn't really, was tiptoeing around it, by also mentioning Carl Frochman and Bernard Hopkins. I don't even know if those fights can even be made, depending on not if Stevenson is actually like signed to HBO. Because I know, because if he is, because I know he's not with Aram. Because if I know if he is, I know that fight will be those fights will be actually hard to make. Um, but yeah, it was. I mean, it was definitely those were definitely good night of fights, and both champions impressed themselves. And I look forward, if not against each other or Roger Hopkins, then the rest of the light heavyweight division, because it's very open, and for once I want to see some unification going on in that division. All right, well, this is a short video, nothing long. I know next week's videos, I know there's like 8, 9 fights, which unfortunately, as much I won't be able to do the video for them until later. Due to the fact I have a holiday party to go to, so I will not watch those fights live, much to my disappointment. What can you do? It's life. I can't make every card, but I will try to get a video out there nonetheless. I'll try to watch at least a couple fights a day for that week after they're airing. So yeah, until next time, peace.